All right, all right, all right. We are going to get started here in about, I think about 1 minute. We're going to get started here in about 1 minute. Hey guys, for all the folks that's out there, appreciate you guys coming in and seeing everything that's going on because it is making a difference, right? Everything we're doing is making a difference. And so we're going to give you some information today that can literally change your life. Notice how I got it titled. I changed my thinking. It changed my what? My life, finances, everything, right? So when you titled, I chose that title for a reason, right? Changing the way I think. Changing the way I think. How you doing, Calvin? Appreciate you getting on the line with us, brother. Um, Let me know for the folks that's getting on right now. Let me know where you are actually dialing, no, calling in from, city and state. Let me know what's going out there with you, and let me know if you need this kind of information. Like you ready to get your life moving to a whole nother level, because that's what I'm trying to bring to the table. Is trying to get you guys to start making money and building your wealth. Um, to actually building the money you want. You know, some of you guys want to make 100,000. That's real easy to do. Some of you guys want to make, 500,000. You're gonna have to put a little bit more work into it. And when you're ready to make those 7 figures, you're gonna have to put work into that, a little bit more work, right? But it can be done if you are ready to start changing and getting things happening. So first, one thing I'm gonna ask you to do is to, let me know where you're calling from. Go ahead and just type it in. Let me know where you're calling from. And then if you find that this information is valuable, go ahead and start sharing it with people out there, right? Start sharing it. Let people know. Say, hey, man, take a look at this. Listen to this brother speak, because he's on a whole different level, which I am. I'm a 7-figure, make 7 figures. It's a big deal. But I remember going from the projects in Newark, New Jersey, and not having no money on welfare, to join the Army for 20 years, and then moving from that to doing what I'm doing now. So I'm just giving you some insight on what I'm doing and how it can help you and your family. And so I'm going to invite you to attend one of our calls later on today at at 9 p.m. Eastern time later on. But let's get into this topic today. So basically, when you thinking about wealth, when you think about where you are in your life, and you really have to sit down and think about where you are personally, right? Nobody cannot. So this is a beautiful thing about becoming financially free. No one can dictate to you how much money you can make in America. In America, I don't know about other countries, but right here in America, no one can tell you how much money you can make. No one can dictate to you on your ability to just doing something different and changing your life. This is the biggest thing out there today based on it, right? And that is the case amongst a lot of people that's out there, right? Are we doing something that can change our lives financially that nobody can tell us what we can and cannot do? And that's what you got to first realize, what you want. The second thing, you got to realize what you want inside this game of wealth is that you have to have a plan. So I put a little thing toward the top over here to the right, right? I put a thing over here to the right talking about you got to have a plan. I'm keeping that up there, right? Plan, Plan. You got to have a plan. It's people that are trying to find financial freedom, trying to build wealth. You are not going to make it if you don't have a plan on a day-to-day activity where you're trying to take your life. That's a promise, right? I promise you that. You're not going to get there if you don't write down your goals, take a few minutes every day to read over your goals, to reach the thing that you weak in. Let me give you an example. If you know you weak in communicating with people, then you have to improve those skills every day. And the way you improve those skills every day, you just start talking to people and start inviting people every day until that fear no longer becomes a fear. But you have to overcome that fear, right? So I'm going to give you a plan in today's topic, I'm gonna give you a plan on how to change the way you make money, the way you think about money, and the way you think about, creating a better lifestyle for you and your family. And it's not gonna be long. I'm gonna be here for maybe about an hour, and it's gonna give you some information on that. Some of you probably can say, I don't want to be here an hour. Well, that's on you. But you getting the expertise of a person that made it. Okay, and I'm trying to teach you what to do. So you got to decide, is this worth your time and effort to be on this talk with me today? My nickname is called Wall Street. They call me Wall Street for a reason, because I teach people how to change their lives. I could take anybody from welfare to a millionaire, if you follow what I'm teaching you to do. If you follow what I'm teaching you to do. Okay. So let's get into our first topic. In this momentum, right? Let's get into this topic in our momentum. Let's go ahead and go here first. And then from here, I believe we can take it to another level. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to bring it up real quick so you can see, as I'm speaking about it, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Okay, so what I'm bringing up on the screen is called the 5 pillars to wealth. It's a system. Okay, this is the system that I use to help me get moving in the right direction. All right, this is the system. Now, this is the way I created my plan. So I had to create a plan. Remember, a plan has to be number one. Well, let me put it this way. The number one thing you got to do is to be what we call to have a strong desire. A strong desire. Without a strong desire, your goal would never be hit. So you must possess that first, is to have a strong desire. Now, you ready to go into the 5 pillars to wealth. Okay. And I created this system many years ago. And I just kept working at it. And I got better and better and better at it. So the first one, it says you must create cash flow. You must create cash flow, right? From at least 3 different sources. And see, it says three sources, right? 3 different sources. And why is that important? Because I'm not saying you got to have 3 different things. That's not the same. I'm saying you can have one thing that can produce 3 different sources of income from your plan A, because you can improve your plan A. So when people say, well, I need a plan A, and then I got to have a plan B, and then I got to have a plan C. And the problem with a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C is that you already failing because you giving yourself permission not to win with plan A. You already gave yourself permission to not work out with plan A. You got to be all in into your plan A. People says, well, I'm 100. They use that term, I'm 100. So when people say I'm 100, that means I'm all in, right? And so when you say you're 100 on your plan A, there's no room for plan B and plan C, right? But most people don't have a plan A, right? They just go to work and they're either waiting on stimulus checks or whatever, but they just do the day-to-day. They go do the same routine every single day. And that doesn't create what we call a plan A. That's no plan. When you just got a job, that's no plan, because now you tied all of your income, all of your cash flow is tied to that job. Your lifestyle cannot be tied to a job. You got to change your lifestyle so that it produces more cash flow even without the job. That's mean you're building your plan A, right? Your job is not a plan. Your job just happened to be there for immediate, income. If you're lucky enough to have a job, that's awesome. But that's still not your plan A. You got to start working on you, so you can start building a plan A. You got to start building up on that plan A. So, well, Wall Street, I don't have anything to work on a plan A. Don't worry about that. We'll give you something to work on with a plan A, right? So that's the first one. From 3, notice what it says, 3 sources. And we're saying 3 to 5, right? The next one says acquire precious metals, to include Bitcoin, right? And people says, well, why just Bitcoin? Why not Ethereum? Why not some other cryptos? You can. I'm not saying you can't, but I'm saying you want to have some Bitcoin in your portfolio, and you can buy fractions of a Bitcoin, right? You can get $300 worth and $200 worth and $50 worth. You can build up on it, right? You can also get other cryptos as well, Ethereum and Litecoin and X. You'll learn all that stuff in our club. We got a club called MLSBitcoinClub.com that we teach you a lot of different things to include these 5 pillars to wealth. Okay. The next one, so he says, well, gold and silver, and cryptocurrency. So acquire precious metals is the gold, the silver, and the cryptocurrency, right? And the reason for that, why you got to, because the government, the way our government is, and this is around the world, this is not just here in the US, this is around the world. They all are creating what we call quantitative easing. This is a way, means they printing money, printing. It's not really a print, it's really a debit and a credit. All they doing is just debiting the United States, right? Okay, here's some more debt that we're going to give you. So now the debt was, $2 trillion, then it got to 7 trillion, then it got to 14 trillion. Now it's over $23 trillion. So when you think about the debt that we are, that the United States alone is in, the dollar value is getting weaker and weaker and weaker, right? It's getting weaker and weaker and weaker. The inflation, they said the inflation is only 2 to 3%. That's not really true. Amongst Blacks and Latino families, it's more like 7 to 12%. It depends on what city you're in, but in reality, it's like 7 to 12%. And so that means that 1 every 7 person you look at is unemployed. The middle class has got, they got squeezed, of course. The Blacks got squeezed even further, right? And so that means that people are in line right now trying to buy food. They're in line, thousands of people around the world, right? And the millions of people around the world are trying to figure out a way to get food. That's why we got these big food banks and everything else going on to help feed America, because we got kids out there right now starving every day, families. And it brings me back in the 70s, when I was growing up in the projects, that some days we didn't really have it, right? We'll be going over a friend's house and we go eat some potatoes this week, and next week they come to my house and we buy back potato. That's how we survive, right? I'm just being real with you when it comes to there are choices that you don't have to live that way. If I knew the information now that I had back then, which internet wasn't really prevalent back then, but if it was, I'm 59 years old. But if it was there, and we had other ways of making things happen, I'd have been all up front, ready to get it. If there was a course in my school to learn about financial instruments, trading in the stock market, and all this other things, I would have been in it, because that's that's the way I think. But it was never offered to me, right? So I joined the military at 18, and I stayed in the military until I was 38 years old. So I did 20 years in the military, right? Okay, so that's the second pillar, but it's important that you got to build this pillar, and you cannot go to pillar number 2 if you did not establish pillar number 1. In other words, create the cash flow. Without creating the cash flow, the rest of these pillars don't matter. So you got to start at number 1 and creating the cash flow. Oh, I'm gonna go into real estate with no money down. Then you're already up for failure. You're already done. There's no recovery. You got it? So, but you got to have some kind of cash flow going in, right? So I'm saying this. So create the cash flow from at least 3 sources. We're going to show you how we do that. Then acquire precious metals to include Bitcoin and other cryptos. You can add that to your list. Bitcoin and other cryptos. Then the other one that's talking about right now is talking about infinite banking system. So when we talk about the infinite banking system right here, what is that really dealing with? That is dealing with the insurance, in the insurance field. Now, when you have your whole life policy, now I'm not talking about a universal life. I'm not talking about a term policy and invest the difference. I'm talking about having a whole life policy that you can build on, that you are creating cash flow in that's allowing you to elevate and have the cash flow sitting there anytime you're ready to use it while you are alive. This is the difference with all the other systems, okay? Then the next one says trade in today's market. That's what it's saying, right? That says, basically it's saying learn to trade in today's market. Now, notice the way I said that. Learn to trade in today's market. Why is that so critical? Because it's not all about stocks. You say, I'm going to learn about stocks and I'm going to learn how to trade FX. Okay, cool. Well, what if you can learn how to trade in everything? That's what we teach you, how to trade in everything, to include cryptocurrency. I do most everything that I trade, even though I trade the FX market, the Dow Jones Industries, Tesla. No matter what I'm trading, I get paid in Bitcoin. He says, what? Yes, I could trade anything based on what their platform offers, and I get paid in Bitcoin. So what's so cool about Bitcoin? I'm going to show you what Bitcoin is, right? The power of Bitcoin. And if you don't know about Bitcoin, which is probably almost impossible, you heard about it. You may not know everything about it, but you heard about Bitcoin because it's everywhere. And then the last one says acquire real estate. And when we talk about acquiring real estate, it's just not just one thing or two. It's a lot of different things, right? You're talking about all that. So when you think about where you are in your life right now, where are you? I'm asking you, Kelvin and Stephen and Kevin and who else we got up here? A few other folks, Wendela, right? Wherever you guys are, ask yourself this question. Do you have a plan to start making these types of cash flow? These things that I'm showing you right now. Do you know anything about these items that I got on here? And if you don't have any idea on how to get going in these items that I'm sharing with you, you are behind a power curve. Now, let me state this in this way. So there are, and if you guys are online with me right now, I need you to go ahead and let me know where you calling from, right? So I got a good idea who I'm talking to, where you calling from, right? And what city and state where you are, so I can, have a good idea who I'm talking to, right? Because I got folks overseas, I got folks that, hear me from all over the world, right? I'm just talking with you so you guys can make a plan. All right. So if you don't have these items and you don't know anything about these items, I want to give you a gauge on how you start to know that you're going in the right direction. And this is how we do it. So you take your age, wherever you are in your life. Let's say you're 25 years old. Do you have at least $25,000 somewhere that you can connect to and get some of that cash flow from? Right? So if you're 30 years old, 35 years old, you got to have that same amount of money somewhere that you can get a hold of, right? And that's only a start. But if you're 50 years old, if you already hit 50, that means you should have at least 2.5 to 5 times your age. So if I'm 50, I need at least 150,000 to be at least to be comfortable somewhere that I can get my hands on to use as investments. If not, I need to have it somewhere close to 500,000 to $1 million. Now, I know by me saying that most of you are not there, especially if you're an older generation. You don't have that type of cash flow, right? But is it too late for you to start building that type of cash flow? The answer is no. That's why it's important for you. The younger you are, you have to start now, right? Like if you're only 15 years old, right? You got a child, if 15 years old, they should be working on a plan right now. They already know about, believe me, they already know about Bitcoin. So they should start there, right? Hey, I'm going to take $20, Mom. I'm going to buy me $20 worth of Bitcoin now. And if you are parents and you have grandchildren or, babies, then you need to start having accounts set up for them right now in this space, in this cryptocurrency space. It's very important that you understand what I'm saying, because that's going to help create the cash flow. Okay. So it's never too late. You just got to get started. The key is procrastination is not your friend. People that procrastinate, it kills. I got a saying that I say, it kills your wealth. Procrastination kills wealth. Don't let it be yours, right? The younger you are, the more you're going to have as you go, right? You heard the stories, somebody invested in the stock market at 20. By the time they were 60, they had $1 million. Forget that junk. Somebody started at 20, could be a millionaire at 22, 25. See, in the old system, of the fiat dollars, you could make $1 million. It took you years to make $1 million. Today, it takes like a couple of years, if not less, to make $1 million. Did you hear what I said? It takes 2 years or less to make $1 million today if you're in the crypto space. And we speed it up if you're a part of this club, the club that I represent, right? So that's true stuff I'm saying right now. So that's why it's so important for you to understand what we're talking about, right? So creating cash flow. Now we're going to start at creating the cash flow. So hopefully you're taking down some notes and you're ready for this to happen. Okay. So we're going to create the cash flow. How do we start creating the cash flow? You got a choice on how you build your money. Number one, you can use your job money that you're getting from a job or something that you own. You can use some of that money and start to use that and put into a sort of investment. That's one way, right? Or you can take a little bit of money and join a system that allows you to start receiving cash flow on a daily basis. It's called an asset. So let's define what an asset is, because you really got to understand this part. So for me to create the cash flow, I must have an asset or assets, more than one, right? So let's define an asset first. An asset is something that's going to pay me today, has the possibility of paying me today, and also in the future. You got that? Hopefully you write that down. That's something. Now you should be having notes, right? This is what I tell people when I'm speaking. You got to think of me as a person that's giving you some real content to get you moving in the right direction. So this is real talk, guys. What I'm going through right now is real talk. Okay. So I gotta have an asset that's going to allow me to produce more cash flow for me to keep building today and also in the future. So you got to be that person that has to make a decision. It cannot be up to your spouse. It cannot be up to your children. It has to come from you within, right? You must possess that strong desire. You got to possess that strong desire to win. And if you don't have that strong desire to win, then what's going to happen is it's going to cause you to delay the gratification, right? So your gratification is the lifestyle you want to live. That's your gratification. So by you spending time avoiding making a change, avoiding a commitment, avoiding to learn something new, all you did was delay that gratification. Is this making sense to you? You guys let me know if this is making sense to you. Y'all talk to me right now. Is this making sense? Give me some comments. Let me know if this is making sense to you right now, right? I need to know, because it's very important that you get to the point where in your head, you're building something new, right? You know that there is a plan that I can be on that nobody can stop me making. Remember, nobody can stop you making the money that you want to make, right? Okay. So that's the first thing. Now let's go to the next one. I got my commitment. I'm getting the money either from a job or something where I can still benefit from it. Save 10%, because you got to save your 10%. You got to pay you first. And then you start taking a little bit extra out, right? So let's say another 10% that you're going to put toward investments. That's one way to do it. But you also can join our club and start receiving in cash flow off the assets that you join within our club. Okay, that's the next thing. Now, once you start doing that, Now you got 10% you paying yourself, and you got 10% to do as investments. So what is an investment? Let's talk about that. So investment means, like, if I see cryptocurrency, which is the strongest investment of all time. You said what? Let me let me restate that statement. When we talk about an investment, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, literally Bitcoin, is the strongest investment of all time in the history of the United States. Now, that's a strong statement, right? That's a strong statement. So what is that really saying? You can look at the stock market, get at the stock market, and look at every single item in the stock market, and you will see that all those stocks have not made this much gain compared to what Bitcoin has done on its own in the last 9 years, right? Have not done it. Okay. So that's why I said it's the strongest investment we ever had of all time. And it's growing. And you got multiple major companies coming into the crypto space now, right? You got all these different companies coming to the crypto space. And so that's how that goes. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about, right, when we get to, is understanding where you are financially and where your head got to be. So I'm going to bring this up. And this is what we call learning to be your own bank. So remember, it's part of your plan. So in the crypto space, you are making a true, what you're doing is making a true decision with your time and your energy, because that's the money. Time and energy is the money. So you're taking the time from you, and you're going to say, I'm going to take my energy. What is the energy? The money that you created, the money you had to go to work for, the money that you're building stuff with. You had to take that time, right? And then you had to take that energy, which is the money, and you got to decide on where you're going to put it or where you're going to leave it. If you're going to leave it in a bank, is the bank giving you the benefit of the energy that you took out to make that money? Are they paying you for that energy that you spent all this time to do, 40 hours, 50 hours that week, or whatever it was for the 2 weeks, 80 hours, 96 hours, whatever that was for you to get paid, and then you put it in a bank? Are they paying you? Here's the key. Are they paying you for your time? And what's the answer? It is a big old NO. You get nothing for that energy. As a matter of fact, they actually stealing from you every chance they get when you got money in the bank. They stealing from you. So you got to make a conscious decision on, do I leave my money in a bank where I'm getting zero yield? And for the folks who don't understand what yield is, that's the money they paying you to keep the money in the bank, right? Or keep your money somewhere. Are they paying you for that? And if they don't, then you got to make a choice on where to put your money. So you start getting paid yield for that energy. In other words, when I spend energy and I'm getting this money that I'm bringing in, is it going to stay in a bank and not make me anything? Or can I use it to put it someplace else that's going to give me some reward for the money that I'm storing with somebody? That's the key, guys. You got to get paid for your time and energy. And so if you're not getting paid on your time and energy, that means you're going to work longer in your years, longer, before you start getting paid anything else. Is that what you want? See, a lot of people don't understand that. That part right there, that's a disconnect for a lot of people. They don't understand that time and energy is being spent with a bank who's not rewarding you. Therefore, you have to work longer. That's why you're not retiring until you're 65, 70, 75 years old. Oh, I just retired. And then you go look for another job because they're not going to pay you any more money. And so you retire and then you go do something else just to make ends meet. Is that the ultimate goal for you? And most people don't even think that way. Well, I'm just working. If you're working and you still don't have any money in the bank, then you are wasting time. Your time is your energy. That means you're wasting it. That means that asset called time is depleted. That means you got to go back to work again, use your own energy again to get some more money again. And how long can you keep doing that? You're going to keep doing that in your 70s, your 75, 80, and you got no plan? That's not, I'm not going to say it's a sad life. I'm going to put it this way. It's not a fulfilled life. I'll put it that way. Because you want to be doing things you want to do. That job, you may not want to do that. Can you afford to go do a vacation? Like, I want to take myself to go do a vacation. I want to take my time to go enjoy this other place. I want to travel. I want to see the world. I mean, this big old world, and I want to go see what it looks like and see what it does. And I want to sit down and wake up when I get ready. Is that something that you want to do? Or do you just want to get up every day, somebody controlling your time, your energy, make less money? I want to do more for my client. I hear this a lot. I want to do more for people. I want to help people. How can you help people if you can't help yourself? Seriously, I'm being serious. How can you help this person over here? This family is going through a hard time, and you barely got meat, food yourself to help another family. I can help families, right? I can help families, and it's not going to hurt me for helping the family. So that's what it is all about. You got to get to that point, and my talk is really, is about that plan, right? That's why I leave the plan up there. That's why I left the plan right there. I left the plan right there. That's why I got it up there. So you see that it does take a plan. Okay. So the next thing we got to talk about, since you understand that part now, you got to become your own bank, right? We got to learn to become our own bank. We got to do it. And so the next thing we're going to do after you start making money, after you start becoming financially free, you're going to learn this next topic. And that is, besides the infinite banking, you're going to learn how to trade, right? I need to learn how to trade in the markets. Now, notice this was years ago. Well, not years, but 3 years ago. The high print of Bitcoin was $1,093. I went back. This screenshot went back. Look out, came all the way down. It came down to $897 at the high print, right? It came down here. This was a place to buy, and then all of a sudden it just came right back up again, right? And if you just, what do you call hodl, HODL? If you hodled, now what does that mean to hodl? If you hodled, right? If you learned how to hodl, we call it HODL. I'm gonna type it up here for you, right? HODL, right? It means to hold on for dear life. Don't sell your coins. Okay, let's save that. All right. Now, I'm putting this up here for a reason. HODLed, hold on for dear life, don't sell your coins. For every person that at that time, just say they had one Bitcoin, whether it was at $1,093 or whether it was at $897 or whether it was at 752 on the bottom down there, no matter what, if they just held on to it, today, those same coins, let me share my screen, right? Those same coins would be right now, let's bring it up, right now worth $48,717. What? Like, what you just say? I said $48,718, and it's trying to break $50,000 a coin. Now, I don't know about you, but I do know about me. the more you hold on, the more you get involved in what we're talking about, the bigger that cash flow is going to work. Okay, so let me give you an example. So here, this was in January. The coin was at 29,720. Now, we thought, me personally, I thought I knew it was going to break 20,000, but we thought it was going to do it in January. It actually did it in December of last year. All right. Then it came back, and then it says, okay, I'm going to 23, 25,000, 30,000, 32,000. They got to 40,000. Like what? 40,000. 40,000. And it came all the way back down to 29. Held it. Then it turned the corner, and now we get ready to break 50. And this is just February. So when you think of something like that's doing this good, going to 50K, and it's still February, is it possible? I'm asking, is it possible that it can hit 100,000 by June? It's just a question. Is it possible? I believe it is. I also believe that Bitcoin will break 200,000 by December. It would break 200,000. It might surprise us and break it in October. I have no idea. I'm just telling you what I believe. So here's the question to you. And I put that statement back up there, right? The statement is, should I sell my crypto? Should I sell it? Should I sell my crypto? And if the answer is no, that I shouldn't sell it, that means I gotta hodl it. I gotta hold on for dear life. Don't. Oh, you know what that's it? That's a mistake. Let me go back and correct that. I got something else there. Let me go and change that, because I said don't, and what I need to say is don't sell, right? Don't sell your crypto. Hold on for dear life. Don't sell your coins, because if it does and it goes to 100,000, you just transferred your life faster than what you would do if you had a regular job. You hear what I'm saying? If you had if you just got a job and all of a sudden you bought something, a year ago or 8 months ago, and all of a sudden now it's worth almost $50,000. Just think about it. You already increased your cash flow because the energy that you put in is growing so much faster. You got to understand that it's growing so much faster. And since something can grow so much faster, that means that you don't have to spend that much energy to do something else, because this is producing the result faster because you're in the crypto space. Hopefully this is making sense to you. If this is making sense to you, give me, say something about it. Let me know you understand where I'm coming from with this. Are you seeing that it's possible for you? Is this making sense to you? I need you to tell me, because I need to know if I'm communicating this information to you properly, right? I need to know, is this making sense? Okay. And so, this is where we're at. This is where we're at right now. So is this making sense to you? Let me know. Right? It's very important that you guys are understanding where I'm coming from. Okay, where I'm coming from, so you can start building a plan for yourself. And the reason why I'm showing you this way is so that you understand what's happening. Right? You got to understand what's happening. And if you can understand what's happening, if you can get it, that means you can start building a plan out. Right? Everybody can start where you are. You don't have to go get a loan to do this, none of that stuff. Right? Now, since we said that, let's say this. Let's say, okay, Wall Street, listen, I've been working for this number of years. I done got this Bitcoin. but I don't want to sell my coins, but I need to get some money out so I can pay the bills. I got it. And so we teach you that as well. We show you exactly, based on the company, based on what's going on, how you can start getting loans. I know the word loan sounds bad, but how you can start getting loans on your crypto as collateral. So let's talk about this first so you can move on. So let's say that you need just say $20,000. I know it's a lot for some people. For some people, it's a little bit, but let's say 20,000. I need to get $20,000. I got crypto, and I got at least $40,000 in crypto, whether it's in Bitcoin and Ethereum and other coins, whatever it is. I got $40,000 that I have, and so I can get a loan off 50% of what I need. So, for example, if I need 20, I got to give them at least 40,000. Okay, I got to give them at least 40,000 so I can get 20,000. Now, notice when I say give them, I'm just saying loan them your crypto. Loan them your crypto. They give you the dollars in your account within 2 to 5 days. The money will be in your account, right? And you got the money, your fiat money, your dollars is in your accounts for you to go pay your bills, catch up on all the debt. I got to pay off these credit cards. I pay off my loans, student loans, whatever you got going on. You can pay this stuff off real fast, right? And then as Bitcoin continues to keep climbing, what you owe them to refund, to pay off the loan back, it's already coming from your other investments. Or if you're in the club, you're already getting more Bitcoin and other Ethereum, because we have a smart contract going to Ethereum now, right? So we got all these different things going on. So you can take that little bit of money and you can purchase other coins that can practice and go up. For example, like the Cell coin, CEL, right? They use that as a coin. It grew more in 2020 than Bitcoin and Ethereum. It was a top rated coin of 2020. Okay. And so, but you can use that and then start paying off your debt with it, right? So, okay, I'm gonna pay this off. Bam, I pay this off, and then here I go. So you can do that. Or you can get another loan because you got other crypto, right? And I could use that loan at a higher level, which is what I'm doing now. I had, so much of my coin. Now I'm gonna get me a new loan because I got more coin. I'm gonna get a new loan, bring that cash flow out and pay off the other loan, right? And then I'm just generating more cash flow, and I have less coins that is using for collateral because Bitcoin keeps going up. You see, this is the key, guys. This is the power of what they called DeFi, Decentralized Finance. You're going to learn about that in our club, right? Decentralized Finance. You can look it up on YouTube, but we got different things that we do to help us get this cash flow. So we use the concept of community to build wealth, not you as an individual. Most of you are failing as an individual because you're trying to build wealth by yourself. You're not trying to build wealth with other people. And so what my club does, it allows people to come together, and the people are growing wealth together. We're growing wealth together. Well, that's the key that you got to get, to grow wealth together. And if you understand that part alone, you're going to grow. You're going to be more powerful than anything out there because you get it. You understand what's going on. Okay. Now, so since we talked about that, you got your plan going. See, I'm giving you the tools to get your cash flow to start gyrating. Again, you got to have a strong desire. Without the strong desire, you're going to find every excuse why you can't do something. Oh, I don't know anybody. That's it. Okay, you don't know anybody. That's your excuse. You don't know anybody. Do you want to change that excuse so you can meet thousands of people right on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram? There's so many places now for you to reach out to people. That excuse doesn't even exist. It's just something that you're telling yourself that you're looking for the excuse not to grow your wealth, not to grow your life. So that's the first thing you got to get out of. Oh, I'm an introvert and I'm scared to talk to people. Well, you're right. You're scared to talk to people. Are you going to keep accepting that idea, or are you going to challenge yourself to start speaking to people on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram? You see, this is all about you. There's no excuses why you can't do something because you're in charge of you, right? Oh, I don't want nobody to tell me no. You're not talking to the people that's going to tell you no, because all you're doing is asking questions. And if they say, this is no, not the right time for me, I can understand that. You just move on. And whenever it is the right time, we here. You could join for free. Literally, you could join the programs for free. And if you invite somebody, right? And we're not going to keep this. We're not going to keep this. This is only for the month of February. But if you bring 2 people in as a free member in February, you're getting paid for that, right? To bring those 2 members in, you're gonna make 10%. But at the same time, we're gonna activate your account so that now you are a pro member, only in MLS side, not the rotating hand side. Okay, so that's another thing. So you got choices on what you can do to get going. So what are we doing? We're getting rid of all the excuses why you can't do something, right? So, oh, I don't use Facebook. I'm just on YouTube. Well, I encourage you to get on Facebook. I encourage you to get on Messenger. I encourage you to get on TikTok. I encourage you to get on Snap. I encourage you to get on all these different choices because you still got to change your life. Our lives to change, right? So the no's are not bad. That's right. That's right, Denise. The no's are not bad. The no's are not bad. That is also correct. But listen, guys, you got to change your life, right? Nobody can dictate to me on how much money I can make. And it should be the same answer for you. Nobody can dictate to you on how much money you can make, but it's up to you to make the choices. With Wall Street, I need some help. I said, okay, what's the help that you need? I need to learn how to get on Facebook and promote. No, you don't. You do it every day. You talk to people on Facebook, talk to them. You just talk, guys. It's nothing. There's no secret to talking or writing your speech. And the cool thing about the new smartphones today, you can speak into your smartphone and it would type out the information. Wow. You ain't got to type no more. You can just talk to your smartphone and it automatically put it out there. Right? So you got to get to that point. The excuses for your lifestyle has to change. And it's got to be, you can't start next week. Oh, I'm gonna start next week. I'm gonna start 2 weeks from now. I'm gonna start the week after that. I promise you, all you doing is using what we call false expectations. I'm gonna start next week in that expectation, and then all of a sudden next week gets here and you don't do it again. And then you got another excuse. Oh, I'm gonna do it next week after that. And then it's the next week after that. And then it's the next week after that. So if you keep doing that, you keep saying yourself to that, then your wealth is being delayed. Your lifestyle is being delayed. Period. There's no other way to say it. It's being delayed. So this is a real talk. I'm not holding back anything. I'm just being real with you. So your life, your rules. Your life, your rules. You have to get out. For all the members in the club, you already know how I am, right? You know I'm coming at you with no excuses, because excuses don't get you nothing, right? We got to get past that. We got to get moving. So I'm going to invite you guys tonight to come in on my talk later on today about credit, because you got to have credit, right? And so we're going to talk today about credit and how you can start changing your credit. But guess what? If you got money and credit, the world is your oyster. If you got credit, you can damn sure get the money. But when you got money and credit, there's nothing you can't do. See, having credit, as you hear people say, having credit can get you a lifestyle. That's wrong. That is all so wrong. Credit without money is going to get you broke, because all you're going to do is have high credit cards. Before you know it, you have no more credit because you can't pay the credit cards off. Right? We're going to talk about that tonight at 9 p.m. So we're going to invite you. We're going to write it. We're going to type it up there. We're going to invite you to come hang out with us we are going to be on, it's called the AWA, Ask Wall Street Anything. Okay. And that's going to be on our site, right? On our site at official MLS Bitcoin Club. I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna type it in here. Okay. So we got that, and we call it. I'm sorry. Let's go back. I didn't save it. Why I didn't save it? I keep forgetting to save it. All right. Let's do it. Let's do this again. So it's AWAs. Okay. This is what the topic is going to be today. It's called Ask Wall Street Anything. All right. It's going to be one of my talks today. Okay. And the other thing is you're going to be able to meet me. Right. You're going to meet me at this place. You're going to meet me at this place starting at 9 p.m. So I'm going to say time is at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Eastern time. And this is on YouTube, right? It's called MLS Bitcoin Club. Okay. And then also on Facebook, FB, at the @ sign is called official MLS Bitcoin Club, right there. Official MLS Bitcoin Club. Okay. So meet us there at 9 p.m. All right. So AWAs, Ask Wall Street Anything. That's tonight. We're going to talk about credit. We're going to talk about credit. That's our focus for tonight. It's called about credit. Credit, it will be the plan. Matter of fact, let me add that in there, because you got to understand credit. You must understand personal credit. And we're going to do business credit the following week. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're doing. Personal credit today at 9 p.m. All right. You guys take care. God bless. I appreciate you guys coming in. I didn't see any questions. So we're pretty cool with that. We see you guys tonight at 9 p.m. And then you're going to learn a lot more on what we do. This is the way that you can connect with me and reach out to more people. Because, guys, listen, I encourage you to join our club. Our club is very powerful when it comes to financial strategies, giving you the plan. And it goes from getting the crypto to starting personal credit, building on that credit, getting your business started, getting your business credit going, jumping into your solo 401k plan, get into your HELOCs, get into your learn to trade in the markets, actually get into the infinite banking system, and get into just a slew of stuff that would teach you on every level, so that you walk with me. The goal is, remember I said when it first started, I can take anyone from welfare to a millionaire, because I used to be on welfare. So it's no doubt welfare to a millionaire. So I'm going off my personal experience, what I've done to get you to the whatever bag you want. That's what we're taking you to. So it's up to you to get to the training to learn what we do. So see you guys tonight at 9 p.m. I encourage you to be early. About 8:50, I encourage you to be ready to go at 8:50, so you can start learning some of the things we're going to teach you to do, so you can start changing your life. It's up to you. I'm here to I'm just a messenger. I'm not the person going to make it work. You got to be the person that's going to make it work. All right. You guys take care. God bless. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good one. See you guys tonight at 9 p.m. Bye-bye, everybody. Appreciate all of you.